Well, interest rates continue to climb, making house buying difficult for San Diegans. Here to explain the raising rates is founder of Jim Bottrell Real Estate Team of EXP, Jim Bottrell. Jim, good to see you. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Let's take an overall snapshot of the market right now. Let's start with that.
Okay, overall snapshot of the market. So 2023, what we have seen is interest rates hovering anywhere between 6.5% and 7.5%. Right now, we're at the high end of that. I think we're probably going to be going up a little bit more. That's driven because, honestly, the Fed is still running their monetary policy by looking in the rearview mirror. I'm not too happy about that. Prices, housing prices, continue to go up, and that's driven because there's a shortage of homes. And interesting thing is, year to date, how few houses have been sold. So I looked up the statistics just the other day. In the first 8 months of the year, this year, and then I compared it to 21 and 22. So in 2021, the number of houses that were sold in San Diego County in the first 8 months of the year was about 31,000 homes sold. Okay. Right? In 2022 was about 23,000 homes sold. So far this year, 12,000.
Really?
That's devastating to the industry.
That's a steady decline.
And that's why the housing prices are going up, because so few people are bringing their houses to market.
Okay, is it the rising interest rates that are keeping people from buying and selling?
Well, yeah, and this is the Fed policy. So normally when interest rates go up, housing prices go down, and when interest rates go down, housing prices go up because you can afford more. And historically, through all of time, it's always been that way. But this time is different. It's because the interest rate shot up so fast and so much. So historically, let's say you have a family that lives in a house that they're expanding. They need a bigger house, and their current interest rate is 4%, but interest rates have worked their way up to 5%. They're still going to make that move. They're still going to put that house for sale. Yes, interest rate's 1% more. Or, opposite. The kids have moved out and they don't want to go up and down the stairs anymore. They're still going to go from 4 to 5. But the Fed increased the interest rates, well, not the Fed themselves, but it happened through their actions. Increased the interest rates so much that, somebody's sitting on a 2.5, they're not going to go to a 7.5% interest rate. So now those houses aren't on the market and they're not going to come to market. And this is the first time that's ever happened where an increase in interest rates has actually caused an increase of housing prices.
As many people are leaving California, I mean, in droves, I would think that would offer some inventory.
Well, it's actually interesting. State to state, the states that people are moving to in order are Florida, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. And Tennessee kind of surprised me because I love Tennessee. It's like, why is that fifth? But the states people are moving out of in order: California, #1, followed by New York, Illinois, Massachusetts, and Washington, D.C., which isn't even a state, but there's so many people leaving that actually outrank the other 46 states. Now, if you want to do inside California, the people are leaving Central California, Los Angeles, San Francisco. They are either leaving California or they are moving right here to San Diego.
Wow. Okay, so back here in San Diego with the low inventory and not many houses closing comparatively, how many, let me put it this way, bidding wars. That's where I'm going with this, bidding wars. How many on average bidders are we seeing per property? Do you know, or what?
Well,
in your experience?
It varies. If it's a great property, properly priced, properly marketed, then we're seeing, it's not those crazy bidding wars where we saw 70 people or anything like that, but we're seeing 2, 3, 4, 5. When you start to get the more unique homes, custom built, or anything that's 1.5 or up, you're not seeing that so much anymore. What you are seeing is those people paying cash. So now it's much harder to sell those houses because people that want to buy a $2 million house, they don't want to pay 7.5% on that $2 million. So there's cash. So that market is actually much more difficult.
What do you say to somebody who's renting right now and has the ability to buy, but is sitting on the sideline saying, I'm going to wait for interest rates to come down?
Well, I'm going to say that's not going to work out very well for you. Interest rates are going to continue to come up. They're never going to go back. We're not going to see anything with a 4 ever again. And I can go in a full demography and all the reasons why that's not going to happen, all the reasons that it went down. We're not going to do that. We may see something that starts with a high 5 at the end of next year. But how much is the house going to go up in price between now and then? So my advice to the people is, if you want to buy a house, I would say do it now. Pay today's prices, and you'll get that 7.5% interest rate is what I'm seeing. And then if interest rates go down, well, then you just refi. That's one of the advantages of owning. If interest rates go down, you can actually lower your payment. You can't do that with rent.
Yeah, and if you own, your rent's not going to go up.
No, owning is, I always say this, when you own a house, you're absolutely immune to everything that happens. You're immune to spiking interest rates. You're immune to spiking rent prices. You're immune to housing prices going up. But in fact, if you own it, you're cheering because that's your equity now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, Jim Bottrell, appreciate your time.
All right, thanks.
Great perspective.
Bye.